Oh, well, whose fault is that then? Oh, sorry, I forgot. It's Burger King that Abby's into now. Watch your kneecaps after the show because they might get broken, bestie. Am I the woke one here? Is that what's happened here? Am I the friend that's too woke? Oh. Hello, guys, and welcome back to Dance Mums. And today we're on season 5, episode 11, I think. Guys, I'm losing track of all the numbers. I have absolutely no idea. But I say that at the start of every single episode, so you'd think that I'd start to take notice of what the numbers are. But I think it's episode 11. I'm sure it is. If it's not, I'm going to look like a right mug. But anyway, thank you guys very, very much for joining. And remember, we are on our way to 8,000 subscribers. Please get me there by the end of the year. Please. Please. We've got less than 400 people left. So if you are watching these videos and you're not subscribed, make an account. It's free. Subscribe. Show your support. Would love to have you down in the comment sections talking about every little thing because we love it at the end of the day. So thank you guys. Let's get into it and let's start talking about the pyramid. Yeah, we're just doing random L shapes at this point. Do you know what I mean? I'm kind of over the traditional pyramid, but there's still a hierarchy at the end of the day. And also, I can't bother to put the colours on, guys. I really can't. It takes so long because they all start like flying off and pinging around the room, and I'm like, oh god, leave it out, please. But anyway, at the bottom we have Abby Lee Miller, and Abby Lee Miller is at the bottom purely because she's just sometimes just a little vile, evil, nasty little witch, and yeah, fair. And I also didn't appreciate the faux niceness in the last episode because Bryn was there. Do you know what I mean? She was kind of just a little bit too sickly sweet, and I didn't believe it. So you can think of that what you will. But up next we have Jill, and Jill is on a downward trajectory for me, which is really, really sad because I really liked her in the first 5 series, well, the first 4 series, and I found her very entertaining. Well, actually, she wasn't even in the first series. So the first 3 seasons that she was on, so seasons 2 to 4, I just don't enjoy her anymore. I find her to be incredibly insufferable. I find her to obviously be the voice of the producers, but it just doesn't make sense for what she's fighting against when it's not the producers controlling her. Does that make sense? It feels like she's the producer's puppet at the moment, but it doesn't really line up with what she's saying are her morals and her values. So that's just something that's really bugging me. Melissa, I mean, she's just kind of there, isn't she, at the moment? She's not really doing anything. She's not really harming anybody. She's kind of just there. But you can't really have entertainment like that, can you? Then we had Kira. Again, kind of just there. She was kind of entertaining in the last episode, but like with 1 or 2 good lines, do you know what I mean? So I can't really give her too much credit, can I? Then we had Mackenzie and JoJo. Mackenzie and JoJo, they were in the group number. They were good in the group number. Did I think they were outstanding in the group number? No, I do not think they were outstanding in the group number. Then we have Nia, Kendall, and Kalani. Again, they were in the group number. Some of y'all seem to love this group number. I genuinely didn't get it. And that's what's so random about this show is that, like, sometimes I'll watch an episode and I'll be like, I really loved that. And you'll be like, I hated that. And then sometimes I'll watch something and I'll be like, it was okay. It was a bit boring. And you're like, that is the best group number they have ever done on the show. And I will shoot anybody that disagrees with me. And I'm thinking, hey, Americans, put your guns away. That's all I'm saying. And if you're not American, then obviously, like, I don't know, knife attack. Anyway, up next, we have Kathy. Kathy, she just brings the drama. She brings the excitement. She brings the energy. And she makes episodes so much more interesting just by her being there. Because I never know what's going to come out of her mouth next. It could be the most ludicrous wording ever, but it will just make me entertained, and I have to give her credit for that because she is very exciting to watch on TV. And then up above them we have Holly and Jessalyn. I forgot what her name was. Jessalyn. Holly and Jessalyn. I mean, they're a little power duo at the moment, aren't they? I'm loving it. I'm loving the iconography of these two battling it out together against the other mums. They're just icons and divas themselves. And then last but not least, we have Maddie up at the top. I mean, Maddie, listen. You did a good job in your solo. And again, people in the comment section were like, that was one of the best Maddie solos ever. And I'm like, okay, I just disagree. You're entitled to your wrong opinion, okay? That's fine. No, I'm joking. If you like that number, good for you. I'm glad that you were able to find some enjoyment in it. Me, sadly, I was not. But hey, art is subjective, and that's what makes it so exciting to watch.
I think Pyramid's gonna go well today, girls.
I think Pyramid is going to go well is asking for trouble, Melissa. Why have we not learned by now that we could have victory for 12, 13 weeks in a row, and that's still not good enough for Abby? Abby is still not happy with that result. Do you know what I mean? She's still not happy because it should have been 14. Okay, it should have been 14 weeks in a row, and that's what this week's going to be. Do you know what I mean? And it's so frustrating because they could have like the best victory in the world against the candy rotten apples or whatever it is. But no, that won't matter because, oh, Abby saw a turned in foot. Oh, Abby saw a slight wrong move that was just slightly out of sync with everyone else. Ah, oh, suddenly, bottom of the pyramid.
Go, let's go! Come on, come on, come on. Come on, moms.
What is with all the colour coordination this series? Like, every episode has been colour coordinated, and I'm not getting any memos. Not that I have a couple. Ooh, I do actually have a top that might be that colour. I don't know where it is, though. I haven't seen it in, like, forever. But anyway, I'm just concerned about all the colour coordination. Like, what's this all about? They've never done this before. Usually it's hodgepodge here and there.
I hope that our little rival, whatever, finally got the message that she's just not in the same league.
No.
Can I remind you that back when she was actually choreographing, she beat you like numerous times. And it's only like since that she started bringing in like these new choreographers that she started to lose. Because I'm fairly sad that she used to beat you back in the day. Like, quite a lot, do you know what I mean? So, I don't know. I don't know. I still don't think you should have won last week. I preferred the other dance. Was the dancing itself that good? Yeah, I don't know. Again, I'm very conflicted because one was incredibly entertaining to watch and the other one was the ALDC.
Girls will not always be working for Abby in a competition dance setting. Our girls need to be prepared for the real world. In the real world, there's more to dance than lyrical.
Well, this is what angers me when Abby's like, I hate this word and it upsets me the way that she uses it. But she says that she grooms children to be put out into the dance world, right? I don't think that there's any amount of training that you're giving them that's currently preparing them to go out in the dance world, because all you're teaching them is contemporary and lyrical. And if I'm being 100% honest, that is not what the majority of the professional dance scene is currently. If you think about the West End, if you think about Broadway, if you think about, I don't know, music videos at the moment, it's all hip hop and jazz dancing that you aren't focusing on in your dances and in your teaching for these things. Yeah, lyrical and contemporary make for better numbers for dance competitions on the north, south, east coast, but other than that, I don't think you're preparing these girls for LA or for a career beyond the ALDC.
We know the girls do well with lyrical. They're strong in lyrical.
Well, I wouldn't say that Nia does well in lyrical.
Oh, well, sorry, Melissa, what was that about? Oh, Pyramid's gonna go well? What was that about Pyramid's gonna go well? No, she's just insulted Nia. I wouldn't say Nia does well with lyrical. Oh, wow, whose fault is that then? Her teacher, okay. Oh, I'm so done. I'm so over this. I'm so sick and tired of having to sit here and defend people because, oh, why do I even care that much? Literally, why do I care? This is a TV show that's been out for over a decade. Over a decade. At my big age of 23, I'm sitting in my bedroom and I'm watching Dance Mums and I'm getting upset and angry over Abby's comments towards somebody. What? About to have a quarter-life crisis, guys.
The moms are always pushing me to do a routine that's not lyrical, but that's usually what I do best, and that's usually what wins.
But this is my argument, Abby, is that you need to start focusing on the children and their dance education and not on let's get a win. And I think that's what's so frustrating about this show is the fact that I believe that every single one of those girls' education has somewhat suffered since they started doing the show, because they aren't getting regular classes anymore. And regular classes are how you get better at technique and how you learn new moves and things like that. And I feel like if you're just learning routine after routine after routine with the same 5 steps over and over again, you're not exactly learning anything, are you?
All right, we're gonna move on from the dancing because your mothers just want to flap their gums, and I really don't care what they think. So let's move on.
Your mothers just want to flap their gums, and that is one of the most horrific visuals ever. What do you mean flap their gums? Can gums flap is the real question. I don't think they can. I think they're quite fixed inside your mouth. So I don't think they're flapping anywhere. And if you have got flappy gums, Abby, I think you need to go to a dentist because they'll be able to sort out your flappy gums. Don't worry.
I wanted you to write about JoJo. Positive reasons why she should be a member of the Abby Lee Dance Company. Then I asked you to, on the flip side, write down reasons she should not be part of the Abby Lee Dance Company.
What a cruel exercise. What cruel homework. Imagine being lined up against your peers and then you haven't been told about homework and then you come in and you're like, oh, okay, everybody, there's homework. And you're sitting there and you're like, fuck, there was homework? I haven't done the homework. Okay, your homework is to explain why Jeremiah, say I'm Jeremiah, okay? Let's say I'm Jeremiah. You need to explain why Jeremiah is a good person and an awful human being who deserves to be shot. And it's like, what? Wait, what? Sorry, this homework assignment's about me? What? What do you mean it's about me? Why am I being picked on? What is this about?
The first reason is sometimes she's very loud. Sometimes she's off in the group dances, and sometimes she's a little too crazy.
Mackenzie, we were asked for one reason, not three. Okay, you're overkilling it now. I feel like this is so cruel, it's unbelievable. This is actually horrendous. I think this is like top 5 worst things that she's ever done. And I'm being so deadly serious. Do you understand how damaging this is? And this is coming from the same woman that said in Abby's Ultimate Dance Competition Season 2 that JoJo needs to be stuffed in a locker and bullied in order to sort herself out. That's great. Oh, what are we doing here, guys? What are we doing?
She's very dedicated and hardworking.
You take opportunities from people who have been here longer.
I can tell who wrote that one. All right, Holly. Is that your handwriting I see on that paper? Yeah, I'd spot your doctor's handwriting anywhere.
Lip sync when you're on stage. You respect us.
Good word, respect.
The fact that JoJo is crying right now is breaking my heart. She's crying. They're basically just ripping into her. It doesn't matter what nice words you say about her. Like, oh, you're hardworking, you're deserving. No, all she's hearing is the negatives. Because that's all that kids are going to hear. They're not going to hear, oh, you're such a lovely person, because that doesn't mean anything to them. But saying that you're loud, you're annoying, you take opportunities away from other people, that's the stuff that's going to stick with them and it's going to damage them. Do you know what I mean?
You've wanted a permanent spot on this team since you got to Pittsburgh, but you're lucky to even be a guest here at the ALDC.
Something's not sitting right with me that not a single one of the parents is even like, this is really wrong. This is not okay. This is awful what Abby is making her do. Yeah, something's not sitting right with me here and it's making me uncomfortable. Because I know for a fact that if it was any other child but JoJo that was made to stand there and take criticism from their peers, every one of the other mums would kick off. If it was Kendall, Jill would kick off. If it was Nia, Holly would kick off. If it was Kalani, Kira would kick off. If it was Melissa, then, I don't know, she'd probably bend over and let Abby fuck her or whatever. But I think that it's just alarming to me that even Jesselyn's not saying anything. Like, do we not share the same sentiment of, like, this is not okay? There's actually a kid crying there, having to hold it all in because she doesn't want to physically sob because that's going to get her in trouble with Abby and she's going to be told to save it for the pillow. Am I the woke one here? Is that what's happened here? Am I the friend that's too woke? Oh no. Oh god, guys.
I'm going to give you this jacket.
She's officially an ALDC member. Woo! Welcome to the team, JoJo. Now that you had to withstand that horrible barrage of insults, you're part of the team. Welcome.
You're welcome.
Abby, I promise no trouble, no lawsuits, no craziness.
No trouble, no lawsuits, no craziness. I don't believe that for a second, Jesselyn. Maybe not the lawsuits, but the other two, I think there's going to be trouble and craziness. Just you wait.
Everybody is on the same line for the pyramid.
What's Abby's game? What's Abby up to this week? The fact that everybody's on the same line and there's no proper pyramid. Obviously, Maddie's on top, but she did do a solo, so fair game to her. But, what's Abby got up her sleeves? Why is she being so nice all of a sudden? Again, I feel like I'm the friend that's too woke because literally nobody has called out the fact that they all just insulted JoJo and they gave her a... That's whiplash! I'm sorry, how is she not severely, like, medically ill right now with whiplash? I would be like, wait, oh, sorry, you just insulted me over and over again. Now you're giving me a jacket. What's going on here?
They're doing something new. They're critiquing routines live on stage.
I think that's good. I think they should do that, personally. How else are you meant to learn? I mean, obviously, you'd probably get the judges' comments back afterwards, but, like, I think that's a good thing. Live critiques, it shows kids how to take those criticisms on board and be professional. Do you know what I mean? I think it's a really, really good idea.
Yours will be contemporary. It's called Mannequin. Love that.
I don't love that at all. I've been working on my next Doctor Who analysis video and I've been doing the first episode of the revival, Rose. And there are these mannequins in that come to life and kill people. So there's a lot of like craziness with mannequins recently, and it's kind of resurrected my fear of them. So I don't like the fact that we're doing another dance on mannequin, because haven't we already done one? Have I made that up? No, I think we've done dolls. We haven't done mannequins. Ignore me. But then, no, we did do mannequins. Did we not do... Oh no, that was the plastic surgery dance. Ignore me, ignore me. I thought we'd done mannequins, but it was plastic surgery. Ignore me.
I don't intentionally give Kendall props to freak out her mother. It just kind of works out that way.
Another prop for Kendall. I mean, she only had a hat like 2 weeks ago, didn't she? I love the fact that they just give her the... I love that they give her all the props because Kendall just suffers with them. But equally, she kind of slays with them at the end of the day and it works out better in her favour. So, like, I don't know whether it's a good or a bad thing, do you know what I mean? I feel like they're trying to shaft her, but Kendall's so determined that she actually ends up doing really, really well with them.
We'll be going to Nia. The name of your solo is The Color Purple.
Because of the musical. Okay, I see you. What is it? I'm here. I don't actually know the songs. I really want them to do a revival of The Colour Purple in the West End. Has it actually been in the West End before? I'm sure it has. Oh, okay. So when it was in London at the Nia Chocolate Factory, which is actually a very, 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 very cool location. It's only 180 seats and it's very, very intimate, but I saw Dracula, A Comedy of Terrors there and it was absolutely sensational. So apparently Cynthia Erivo was in that, and then she went to Broadway with it alongside Danielle Brooks, who is that thingy Tasty from Orange is the New Black? Yeah. Oh, I need to rewatch Orange is the New Black because what a show that was. I need a Colour Purple revival in the West End, guys. Make it happen. Not that people who control the West End actually listen to me, but come on. Now's the perfect time to get Cynthia back in that... Get her back in, I don't know, like the Palladium for a summer show, or like, I don't know, some big establishment. Get her back in there. Get her back doing Colour Purple because I need to witness it, and I can't not witness it. Do you know what I mean? Because that she's doing a one-woman Dracula show, right? And as much as I love Cynthia, I don't know whether I can sit through it because I'm fairly certain it's a play, not a musical.
So you guys know we're here to stay now, right?
Yeah.
Yes. No carrot dangling in your face anymore.
Yeah, here comes the carrot of the ALDC. And Jess has just been like... I mean, usually that is Abby whenever you mention the words McDonald's, but for now, it's been Jessalyn with that carrot being dangled over her. Oh, sorry, I forgot. It's Burger King that Abby's into now, which, honestly, I don't blame her. I had a Burger King the other day. Sensational. Genuine sensational. Love Burger King. But, like, if you guys are ever in London, try Burger King. Why not? I mean, obviously, there are better things for you to try, like Nando's. You have to try Nando's. Nando's is my favourite restaurant of all time. There isn't, like, an independent chain, do you know what I mean? But, second of all, Burger King in the UK, I don't know what it is about their double bacon cheeseburger XL or whatever it's called. It's just like a sensational burger. Like, for a fast food chain, it might be the best burger I've ever had from a fast food chain. It's genuinely sensational.
Me? We have to go down and get her prop.
I feel like Abby needs a whiteboard that she can just write, like, get your asses down here now. Although she probably wouldn't say asses because she don't like swearing, does she? But I think that just the whole, like, and they're all like, which one of us are you talking to? Who are you talking to? Come on. Honestly. I like the idea of this group number, purely because I think the whole sort of like swing 20s vibe, like Great Gatsby, the whole like flapper dresses, I think that is like a cool era of history to make a dance around. But I'm concerned that the choreography is going to come across as parody rather than good choreography. Does that make sense?
Well, she said something in every pyramid. It's not JoJo, it's Nia. And I think that's why we have a commonality there, because I think our kids are in the same boat.
They are.
And they're rowing upstream.
And then Kira's just sat in the middle going, yeah, no, I do agree with you guys. Obviously, Kalani's not getting that treatment, but like, yeah, I do agree with you guys. Yeah, 100%. I'm definitely not just sat here because I wasn't called down, because I'm not part of the inner circle, but I'm not on the outer circle. I'm just kind of here. And that just describes Kira on this show, kind of.
Jill and Melissa will do whatever Abby says, even if it's wrong. Kira and Jess seem to have my backs more so than the moms that I've known for years.
Which is absurd to me, like actually absurd. And I think it just goes to show how Christy leaving the show has actually impacted everybody more than they actually thought. Because I feel like when Christy was on the show, there was more of a unit of mums. Whereas now, well, there was a unit of mums and then there was Melissa, but like Melissa's always been kind of, but I feel like now that Christy's left, Jill's kind of jumped ship to the other side because she'd rather be with Melissa getting privileges for her daughter than standing up for what's right. And Kira and Jessalyn, who are brand new to the team, have Holly's back more than the people who have known her longer, which is just absurd to me. It's absolutely absurd. What are we doing here, guys? Like, actually, what are we doing? I'm lost for words.
It seems like every week it gets better.
Melissa's very braggy. Blah, 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 Melissa. We're all sick of hearing it.
Guys, how can we hate Jessalyn at this point in the show? Do you know what I mean? How am I meant to hate Jessalyn? I know she had a rough start to the show, but she's just saying what everyone's thinking at this point. She is the voice of the people. I don't care how she gets later on in season 5 or season 6, but like, I like her right now. Purely because she says shit like this in her confessionals, and I'm like, yeah, fair. Do you know what? She says the kind of things that Christy would have said in her confessionals, and that, I think, is why I like her. She's just brutally honest, and I appreciate that. No bullshitting with Jessalyn.
You need more attitude. You need more story.
Do you want to use your words, Abby? Or do we just want to go, because I think you're a record stuck on repeat. Oh my god, that was the sound that was on Maddie's... Oh my god, that was the sound that was on Maddie's... Oh my god, that was the sound that was on Maddie's... Oh my god, that was the... Oh, do you know what? This joke isn't even worth it. Oh my god, that was the sound that was on Maddie's disc that skipped back in season 2. Guys, I told you it was fake. We've just caught her out. That joke was not worth the amount of times that I got it wrong trying to say it.
You were there and you were there. That's when it really began to signify you're not alone. There are people on the team who do support you, who do support Nia.
I still can't believe that out of everybody that is supporting Holly, it's Jessalyn and fucking Kira. Like, I actually can't believe it. Was it season 5 that you guys said that Jill was, like, extremely bad in and that I would dislike her in season 5? Or was that season 6? I can't remember. But, like, I'm not enjoying Jill this series. And if it was season 5, then you guys were right. You guys have incredible calls. And you guys clearly know me better than I do. Because I was like, no, I'm sure I still like her. I really can't tolerate her at the moment. And it's really, really angering me. Like, I can tolerate Melissa because she's been doing this shit all along. But Jill, you switch up when it's working for you, and then when it's not working for you, you're like, oh, guess I'll come back and be with the people who aren't getting anything. Oh, wow, wow, wow.
And you know what? We need to stick together and we need to unite like a mom team.
Three Musketeer pack.
We are
Right?
the Three Musketeers.
That's right.
Not them calling themselves the Three Musketeers. Oh, this is excellent. This is sensational television. I never thought that I would be rooting for Kira, Jessalyn, and Holly as a little trio, but I absolutely am.
The fact that an original member has my back is really going to benefit JoJo and I.
It's like they're playing Survivor and they're looking out for alliances, do you know what I mean? Like, I didn't realise that Jeff was going to come out and be like, guys, today's immunity challenge is going to be... And these guys are like, yeah, let's go. Oh, we've already got an alliance together and we're going to vote off Melissa and Jill. And that is my little plug for Survivor. If you guys like reality TV that is dramatic and entertaining, make sure you go and watch my reviews on those. Well, my reactions, I guess.
So what'd we miss up here? What's going on? Did you talk about us?
Yeah.
The brutal honesty kills me every time from Holly. Yeah, we were talking about you. Of course we were. You're not here. We're going to talk about you behind your back. Get used to it, okay?
We did not get off on the right foot. I look at you and I'm disgusted.
Stop!
You're a lousy mother. You think
Just
that's
keep
okay?
going after me, Holly.
I completely forgot that they had that argument earlier on this series. I genuinely forgot that happened. That is insane to me that they are now like Bezzy mates. They're like, oh yeah, buddy pally, do you know what I mean? Damn. And Jessalyn's sitting in Christy's seat as well. Damn. There's levels to this. This is crazy.
I understand that, but did you stay for Holly to make Holly feel good, or did you stay because your kid was going to be seen in a billion?
Why is Jill trying to ruin this friendship? It's jealousy is what it is. It's absolutely jealousy. Holly's saying, I have a better connection now with Jessalyn than I do with you and Melissa because you and Melissa left me on my own and I was like, oh, okay, maybe I'm not alone. Jessalyn's here. Cool. And now you're trying to ruin that. That's just cruel. That's nasty. That's not very nice if you ask me. Yeah, buck your ideas up, Jill. Buck your ideas up. Hey guys, it's Ethan after the video has already been partially edited and apparently my mic cut out for like a good 20% of the episode, so effectively we've lost a lot of content. I'm not entirely happy about it, but I don't want to go back through and like re-record it all over again. So basically you'll be back to normal reactions in a second because the mic decided to pick itself back up again. But let me just give you my thoughts on both Nia and Maddie's performances. I think Nia's was like a strong 8 for me. I think it had great moments and it was really, really enjoyable to watch. It was powerful. It's what she does best at the end of the day, is those kind of character-driven, emotional pieces that really explore her physicality and things like that. They're not quick. They're not doing random moves. There were a couple of moments that I thought that the choreography was a little bit clunky. It's sometimes when she goes onto the floor that it does just get a little bit... I don't know whether that's a Nia thing or whether the choreography just doesn't quite flow nicely, because I've noticed it in a couple of other people's dances that sometimes the floor sections just look awkward and uncomfortable and like the legs and the arms aren't quite moving how they should be. But I think that's just an Abby problem, less of a Nia problem.
She held up the mirror and made me look. Thousand hooks, 'cause I listen and take and make me unmad. Together on my mannequin mind. Make me unravel.
Now, when it comes to Maddie, Maddie's performance was actually really, really good. I gave it a 10 out of 10 in my original thing, and after listening to the critiques, I do agree, but listen, I'm not grading this on critiques. I'm not grading this on technique. I'm not grading it on anything other than did I enjoy it or did I not? And I did enjoy Maddie's performance probably the most out of all 3 solos that I watched in the episode. It was entertaining, it was thrilling. There were moments where I was like, the physicality of being that mannequin and the shapes that she was making with her body just lulled me into that sort of world of this is a real mannequin. She is performing as a mannequin. I think that the costume could have been a little bit better. I liked the idea of it, but I almost would have preferred just a little bit more detailing to really make her look like a mannequin, because it almost just looked like she was in a nude bodysuit, and I was like, ah, the chandelier outfit. What else could I say about Maddie's? Oh yeah, at the end, the eye line. I think this is something that is very difficult to do because you're really not focusing on where your eye line is sometimes. But when she finished that dance, I think she finished in like this pose or something like that, and it looked like a mannequin, and she was completely still. It was perfect, apart from the fact that I saw her eyes doing this. And I was just distracted from the final moment because her eyes were darting potentially over to where Abby was sitting, I don't know, or to the judges, I'm not sure. But I would have just preferred that complete and utter disconnect at the end as she snapped back into being the mannequin and had her eyes completely fixed in one position. I think it's a difficult one, but I think she could have done it. And I think that would have just really elevated that final moment to really impact the audience. But it's just little nitpicky things. I mean, Maddie absolutely slayed that dance. I think that's the best solo of hers this season. So, yeah, good dance. Unfortunately, I don't know what other content I lost. I think there was just some other, like, random tidbits after, like, with the whole argument between Kira, Jesselyn, and Holly against, like, Melissa and Jill. But, like, yeah, I didn't want to go back through and re-record it all for you because I want to give you guys authentic reactions, but I had to give you my thoughts on on Nia and Maddie. That's the other one. So yeah, I will get back on with the video now. Hope you guys enjoyed. See you guys in a moment.
You're going to get something or making a statement, and I really see that. When you're coming forward, you are right in my face and you're saying, watch me, listen to my story.
Watch when your supporting leg, I really need to pull up on that thigh, stretch those knees. So really plie, and then when you're straight, really stretch. Your chenets, your knees are getting a little bit bent.
I'm concerned. I'm concerned. Watch your kneecaps after the show because they might get broken, bestie.
Maddie got critiqued by the judges. They said her knees weren't straight. Maddie's just a human being, like the rest of us.
Pipe down. Less from you, please, okay? Little Miss, I'm going to support Abby in all of her endeavours, but likes to talk about her behind her back in the confessionals. Okay. Shush.
Le train part chaque matin et chaque soir pour Paris.
I thought it was nice. I thought it was good. I thought it was like a 9 out of 10. I think it was slightly better than Nia's, but not as good as Maddie's. And now, having heard the critiques for Maddie's, I'm a bit like, have I got this wrong? Have I got it wrong? Maybe it wasn't a 10 out of 10. I enjoyed it though still. This was definitely a good number. I liked it. I think it definitely showcased all of Kendall's best qualities. It's nice that she wasn't having to do a jazz number. You know my opinions on those. So yeah, really, really good number. I enjoyed that.
I take offense that Holly thinks we're not there for her.
You were not there when it mattered.
Are we still having this argument? Jill, I'm sorry. You weren't there for her. Just give it up and get over it. Do you know what I mean? Like, let's just move on because I've had enough now. You're actually just taking the piss at this point. 10 out of 10. That was bloody fantastic. That was excellent. I don't know what it is about the Charleston. Maybe it's because I can't do it. I cannot do that bloody swivel foot. It winds me up because there's so many times where I've had to do it in dances and I physically cannot do it. I don't know what it is. Maybe I have to wait until I'm on Strictly. But wow, just what a number. It was so wonderfully spaced. The pattern changes were so swift that I barely even noticed them happening. It was nice that like multiple people got a little spotlight. I just thought this was a bloody good number. I really, really enjoyed it. The judges probably might rip it apart, but I enjoyed it. I had a good time, and I thought it was bloody brilliant.
Please scream and shout. For number 300, the mannequin, that's Maddie.
Wait, so Nia and Kendall didn't even place? It's just a long day, isn't it? It's just a long day when Abby says, oh, if you don't place, you're not getting a solo again for a while. And then she doesn't place, and I'm just sat here like, what was she meant to do differently? Do you know what I mean? It gets to that point where I'm just sort of like, maybe it is just your bad choreography for her that is stopping her from winning. Maybe that's it. Because I don't think that she performed badly. She got great critiques from the judges. But obviously they can't really critique the choreography because that's not in her power, is it? That's in your power, Abby. So, yeah. Don't know about that one.
03 Decadent Darlings, Abby Lee, Dance Company.
Damn. Third place for the group number. Oh, we're going back to lyrical jail. Oh, God. Oh, no. Oh, I'm so ready for the rest of the series to just be lyrical and for it to just be the same 5 steps over and over again. How dare we get outside of our comfort zone? How dare we try something different to entertain the audience?
And I'm sticking to my guns and doing the lyrical for a long time. I know it wins competitions. I'm the director of the company. I say what we're doing.
Yeah, but it's fucking boring. It's boring watching the same 5 steps week in, week out. That's why it's been so dull to watch some of the group dances recently, because they're just not exciting anymore. This was a breath of fresh air, and it was exciting to watch as a show audience watcher. Winning isn't everything, Abby. Entertainment is. And if you're not being entertaining, then what's the point of winning?
And what we were talking about is they have a pact.
A pact for what?
Yo, you're actually an arsehole. You're actually just the worst at this point. Oh, God. What happened? Who's replaced Jill? Is this Invasion of the Body Snatchers? Like, what's going on here?
You would still look at them like they were murdered.
When you use an analogy of a murderer in context with Nia, you are insinuating that they're the same. That's the point.
I think that's also the issue, is you're making out like Nia's done something horrifically as bad as murder someone when she hasn't. Far from it.
No, because you keep pushing them.
I think this whole thing is a misunderstanding. Please don't leave. Please.
It's just a misunderstanding.
This is our chance to talk it out, Holly.
I don't think I would have let it get that far before storming out. You know me, love a dramatic storm out. So, yeah, I'd have left as well. I would have gone, because I'm not having you treat me like a mug on national television. Do you know what I mean? You're not treating me like a mug. Absolutely not.
If my junior league competition team lets this imbecile beat us, they will never hear the end of it from me.
Get your rodent butt out of my dressing room.
Another Kathy episode so quickly? Guys, we're being treated this series. We're being treated to good, juicy gossip. And I, for one, am here for it. I'm kind of over the whole Nia, Holly, and Abby bullshit, because it is bullshit is all it is, really. So not really much productive to say there. But thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys have enjoyed. Remember, 8,000 subscribers. We are on our way there. Please help us get there. We are trying to get there by the end of the year. We've got a month and a half left, guys. I'm nervous. I don't think we're going to hit it. I don't think we're going to hit it, guys. But fingers crossed we do. Because if we don't, I will cry on New Year's Eve. And I don't really want to go into 2026 crying. So, yeah. Just know that will be on your conscience if you're not subscribed. And you could have been subscribed. If we get to 7,999 subscribers and it doesn't go to 8,000 before the end of the year, no more Dance Moms. It's cancelled. Cancelled, okay? But anyway, thank you guys very, very much for watching. I hope you guys have enjoyed, and I will see you guys in the next episode, whenever that may be. But until then, make sure to keep on ranting, and I will see you guys later. Bye now. See ya.